Good evening. This is the Institute for Global Transformation, global meditation session that we do every third Tuesday of the month at 6:30 p.m. Today is June 15th, and we have a lot to get to. So let's begin. I welcome everyone, be it in this particular moment or in the coming days that you listen to this meditation. We have turned the spiral. We've completed the 3 major spring festivals. And humanity at this point is now becoming receptive to the download for the year. The download from the hierarchy, from Shambhala. Items that are on, there are many different things that are as a result of this impression that's coming from the higher realms. A number of different things that we're looking at in this particular month and going into next month. Truth. I did a little segment on truth a few months back. Truth is still fragile. The ability to discern what is true and what is false is still occurring. Also on the table is the aspect of freedom versus the landscape that we have been living in over the last 5 to 6 years. There is especially with the pandemic, the 2020 pandemic, brought in the question, people in general began to question what their life was really about, what is really going on, and how do they square it against the norm, what was considered to be the norm. So I'm reading headlines, and I know you've seen them too, where they're asking, there's so many jobs available, but people are not filling these jobs. There's a question as to what's going on. There is a resistance, really, that people are having to going back to that norm. Okay, so the aspect of freedom as opposed to what we have been considering normalcy in the past period of time. There is also, we're also on the brink of, as we have been now for the last also 6, 7, 10 years, we're also on the brink, this particular year, 2021, we're on the brink of major changes, major positive changes. Okay. It is a time for us to open, expand within, and begin to dream, to remove ourselves from the limitations of the past, the form of the past, and realize that because now we have crossed into the Aquarian Age, that a whole new blueprint, a whole new rain cloud of knowable things, a whole new template to what we consider civilization to be is on the brink. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And as a result, it's a very, very, very special time. It's a time for us to look forward rather than backward. If ever there was a time for us to not look to the past, this is it.
Mm-hmm. Amen.
This is a time when we turn ourselves forward because the possibilities of what can come can only occur holding those concepts in our mind, those ideas in our mind. If our mind is filled with the past, then we're going to slow that movement down. Okay? The possibilities will not come as quickly because we are still stuck energetically in the past. So, the eclipses that will be coming, the planetary alignments that will be moving in, and these are big planets, Jupiter, Uranus, big shifting that's going on, are going to open up a new field of life experience, of reality, of possibility, okay, for the new age. It's a very important time that we're in. So, as I said, it's a time for us to dream. It's a time for us to think of the possibilities of things. It's a time for us to move beyond our sense of limitations. And to keep our focus forward rather than the past. And by keeping our focus forward, the past will disintegrate on its own. Okay? And that's really what's happening right now. There's a disintegration that's going on. As we envision, think not just of self, think of the collective, think of humanity as a whole, because each one of us is a part of the divine, working collectively. Each one of us, humanity is called the creative arm of the planetary logos. Okay? The planetary logos being what we call God. So each one of us, especially when we are a light, when we are lit up, when we are connected, because we are aware of who we are and we are seeking to maintain that strong connection. And we are working to refine ourselves through discipline, meditation, inspirational reading, and good work in the world, in our environment. Then we become what is called one of the brain cells within divinity itself. So as we begin to envision, how much more potent and powerful will it be if we are envisioning for the collective, everybody at one time? That's what's needed. That will be a force and energy in and of itself to create the change that's needed. Okay, it will be an evocative appeal. to the higher realms. And when we invoke positive, we get positive because we're doing it consciously. So, envision a reality where all people are treated fairly, where racism no longer exists. Rather, what's taken its place is a sense of integration, cohesiveness, respect between all people, and an ability to communicate from the heart, and an ability to work together. That would be a fantastic or an inspiring and evocative appeal. Envision a world where everyone has a certain base salary from which to work. No one would be able to drop below a certain threshold into what is called poverty. We would shift the baseline for humanity in and of itself, to be able, everyone to be able to afford their basic needs. That is a possibility. Where there's child safety and child care and safety for women as well. Wouldn't it be a wonderful thing for us to be able to walk anytime during the day or night, with or without others, and know that we're safe? It's not too far-fetched a thought or an idea or a dream for us to put out there. A place where there is no such thing as police brutality. These are templates that we can set in place because we are at that point where the old civilization is dissolving and a new civilization is going to be built. And we are the ones to determine what that civilization looks like. Also, another thing that's occurring right now is that humanity, really not just humanity, the entire planet, is being bombarded with very high frequency rays as the planet moves through this photon belt, and also as the solar flares are occurring and hitting the planet. Those energies are frequencies that are upgrading not only our planetary system, but as a result, everything within the planetary system, which is every kingdom. Okay. So humanity, and there are many of us who are more sensitive or keenly sensitive. There are many people out there who are feeling these high frequencies that are everywhere right now. And what are these frequencies doing? Some feel it's shifting DNA. Basically, I would say in the long and the short of it, the planet and its kingdoms are being upgraded. Okay. How do we withstand these new frequencies, this upgrade? First of all, 1, be conscious of it. 2, connect inwardly more often through meditation, and you will begin to become a little bit more sensitive to it. You might not sometimes know what it is. Okay, takes a while. Well, this is brand new. This is a brand new field for us, so we have to learn to discern the new landscape. Okay, so one of the things that's important for us to do, and I mentioned this in one of the other global meditations that I did a few months back, is the importance of certain nutrients. Another thing beyond that, vitamin C, the B complexes. I think it's called liposoidal vitamin C. It's a very good one because it's ingested into the bloodstream almost immediately. It's a liquid rather than a pill. Putting our feet on the ground, walking, connecting with earth, very, very important. I just recently, yesterday, found out that there are companies, one company in particular that I found, that's actually making sandals that are sustainable and have copper connected to the soles so that there is a grounding ability, right? A grounding ability that's going on as you wear these sandals, okay? And they're not any pricier than an Allbirds sneaker or trainer, or any of these other shoes that people are getting right now. So grounding, walking barefoot in the earth, doing Tai Chi in the sunshine, and in the fresh air, walking in the woods, connecting with nature. Nature is a bridge, a carrier of divine energy in and of itself. Okay, being in nature, as we all know, shifts us tremendously. Key words and key thoughts for this period of time. 1, be accepting of who you are. Accept yourself. Be grateful for the you that you're dealing with right now. All that is you has been designed, molded by your soul. To have the talents, the gifts, the location where you're living, the family, everything that you have come into this world with has been designed by your soul in order for you to learn. Okay? So if we can begin to accept ourselves, love ourselves, and connect more with that soul that has fashioned you, and ask it what more needs to be done. What is your purpose in this lifetime? What are the gifts that you may or may not be aware of? Ask those hard questions, the deep questions. Create an alliance with your soul. Even if you have no clue as to where or what, it's not necessary, because the soul in and of itself will hear, will recognize the fact that you are reaching out reaching up, reaching in to it. And it will respond in some form or fashion. And it will respond the more you do it, that connection gets deeper over time. This is extremely important going forward, because what's necessary, and the young ones already have it, what's necessary going forward is an ability for us to be real, true, authentic, not trying to be something that we're not, but very comfortable in our skin with who and what we are, and yet leaving the space for growth to happen, because we are all a becoming. We are none yet a perfection. We are in the process of becoming. Okay? So that takes experience, it takes lessons, it takes thought, it takes falling down and brushing yourself up, getting up and continuing. It takes perseverance, discernment, discrimination, and willpower to continue to do what sometimes feels like the hardest thing ever. And it's okay, because we're all in the same boat, working in the same way. Some of us are a little further ahead. Some of us we're coming along. Okay, it's okay. Everybody will will move in the same direction at some point in time in their lives. If not this life, then another life. Okay? Accepting who we are. Be loving and accepting of yourself, first and foremost, and then you'll know how to love others. Okay? Know that the sky is the limit. Your potential in and of itself is limitless. And it's not wise or good to try to label or brand yourself without really knowing and allowing for the deeper growth and expansions to happen. We are always evolving. Do what you like to do. Do what turns you on. Whatever is your passion, whatever is your gift, whatever is your dream. Make that your journey. Move closer and closer into that, because therein lies a reason why you were put on this planet. Disconnect or unchain yourself from the past. Do not allow the past to bind you or to label you or to limit you from moving forward. Whether it be whatever it is that is your interest, follow that line, because there will be your joy. There will be your greatest possibilities. There you will meet those people who are like you, okay, or that you resonate with. Their doors will open for you, and opportunities as well. And this is a time this Aquarian age is a time of great, great opportunities, great innovations, great new ideas that are coming that are really present right now around us that maybe haven't even dropped down into the mind of humanity yet. And you might be the one to bring it through. Therefore, dream. Allow yourself to dream and follow those dreams. Read or audiobooks. If you rather listen to the book rather than read it. Read books by Miguel Ruiz, who wrote The Four Agreements, and now has a new book called The Fifth Agreement, and another book, I don't remember the name of it, I think it has something to do with healing. Read books by Toko Pa Turner. One called Belonging is a very, very special book that will open you up from the inside out. Okay. Read Charles Eisenstein, The Most Beautiful World Our Hearts Know. Very, very powerful speaker and writer and podcaster. Listen to podcasts too, by the way. Read. There's a book that I was just recommended, and I'm going to pass it on to me. It's called Emergent Strategy by Adrienne Marie Brown. And I will have these books listed on IFGT's website for you to find if you want to follow it through. Anything that you feel is holding you back in some form or fashion, know that it's not. If it's happened to you, it's because it was part of that portfolio, that life portfolio that you came into this world with in order to understand and learn something, to grow, to evolve. So begin to look at what happens in our life in a different way, and realize that things that seem negative are really maybe a doorway, of course, a learning moment. It's how the soul begins to shape the vehicle that it's in, so that it begins to understand the patterns and understand why we are here, why it's here. Okay? So know that anything that you're experiencing that you feel is slowing your growth in any way, okay, is purposeful, one. And two, at some point in time, the development of these patterns that maybe we have not heeded in the early part of our life begins to wake us up. It causes us to ask the deeper questions. Why is this happening to me? What am I missing? Is there more for me to learn? Is this all there is? Why do I keep living out this pattern? And once we get tired of it, then we shift. That's called evolution. We shift out of it and begin to create a new life, new vistas, new experiences, new lessons. Okay. And it is also when we begin to ask for help. And when we ask for help, who are we asking? First and foremost, we're asking inwardly. We're asking the soul for help, our soul for help. And because it knows that you are sending out this flare, so to speak, for connection, it will begin to work with you in a more connected and concerted way. Okay? And that can happen in an instant because the veils between the worlds are very thin. It doesn't take a long time. Things do not take as long as they used to. That's another part of the shift into the Aquarian Age. So, I leave those thoughts with you as we begin to prepare for meditation. Okay? Take a deep breath. And as you release it, relax the physical body. Know that the nervous system carries the message, and your body will obey. As you seek to relax the physical body, pay particular attention to all the muscles within the body, the organs, the spine. Pay particular attention to the stomach and the diaphragm. The shoulders and the arms, moving down into the fingertips, relaxing these. Relax the neck and the throat. The jaws and the base of the tongue. Relax the ears. The scalp. And the muscles behind the eyes. Allow the feeling of well-being to pervade your physical body. Take another deep breath and relax your emotions, your emotional body. Think of the emotions as a pool of water. And have the sense of smoothing the surface of that water. Until it becomes smooth and glassy and reflective of the light of the sun. Direct your emotions to be at peace. Take another deep breath, and as you release it, become mentally awake and alert and focused. And place your awareness about 3 to 6 inches outside or beyond your forehead. In the Ajna center. Where you here are master of your own house. Connect through the direction of your thought to your soul, your higher self from this center. See it on a diagonal above you, about 3 to 6 inches above the head. And when you have a sense of that connection, simply sound within your being a silent Om in recognition of that connection. And place your awareness now, move your awareness straight back into the center of your head. About 2 inches behind the eyes. And identify as the consciousness of humanity. See not yourself alone, but see yourself as part of a group. In the heart of the center of the head. Connect here as a group. Imagine many like yourselves all together within this meditation. For in truth, there are many doing these meditations all over the world at the very same moment throughout the entire day. And here connect with that sense of what is called the overshadowing soul, group soul. And as you stand receptive to these energies, of the group soul, meditate on the seed thought. I accept myself knowing that my soul has fashioned me. I ask my soul to strengthen me in this life. Assist in guidance for growth in its image. And to help others who seek to do the same. Allow that seed thought to become a frequency, a tone, and follow that frequency, that sound. While remaining in the center of your head. If you find your thoughts wandering, move back to the frequency of that seed thought, the frequency itself. And become aware of a sense of weight or filling this central space in your head with a weight as you follow that seed thought. Now, still within this energy center of the center in the head, become aware of your mind. Know your mind to be impulsed by the energy of divine will. Become aware of your emotions. And know them to be purified and cleansed by the energy of divine love. Become aware of your physical brain and your nervous system, and know that your body is galvanized into right action within itself and its system, and outwardly via your speech and action. You're training your body to be a vehicle, or to become a vehicle through which the soul can work. Now imagine that Ajna center, 3 to 6 inches beyond the forehead. Imagine that becoming a small, radiant sun. See it radiating outward. And as it does so, know that it's radiating the love of your soul to your friends and acquaintances, all those you know. Through your adversaries, those who simply work out of fear and ignorance. And finally, see that small golden sun radiating outward into your environment and outward to humanity as a whole. Know that regardless of outer appearances, we are a one life. Take a deep breath, and as you release it, relax the attention and return to normal focus. I thank all of you for your willingness to meditate with us, and look forward to seeing you in the future. Thank you for your attention, and we hope that this meditation works out in your world for you.